Hey guys, and welcome to this video about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So we're going to be diving into the box office results so far. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, stay up to date with all the movie news we have going on around here, guys. So we're going to jump into this Screen Rant article here. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny box office deals a huge blow to Harrison Ford's last adventure. So yeah, I recently saw the film myself. I thought it was a mediocre film at best. The first sort of 20 minutes where Harrison Ford is like de-aged is quite good, and it's kind of like what they should have done the whole entire movie. I'm going to try not to give any spoilers here, guys, but yeah. So the first 20 minutes he's de-aged and he's fighting Nazis, and then he like wakes up and it's current day 1969 where he's old Indy. But they should have done the whole film as the de-aged him fighting Nazis during World War II. That would have just been such a better movie. But anyway, I digress with my mini review there. So Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny opening box office projections scraped the low end of the initial expectations, which were low to begin with. So yeah, it's no secret that Indiana Jones is struggling at the box office. So we're going to dive in here. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny's opening weekend projections are looking dismal. The movie is the fifth and final outing for Harrison Ford with the intrepid archaeologist Indiana Jones, who originally debuted in the 1981 blockbuster Raiders of the Lost Ark. Dial of Destiny, which sees James Mangold take over the helm from the franchise stalwart director Steven Spielberg, follows Jones in the age of the space race, where he and his goddaughter Helena Shaw, played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, must prevent an ancient artifact from falling into the hands of ex-Nazi scientist Jeroen Voller, played by Mads Mikkelsen. Mads Mikkelsen in this film was really, really good. He's like a stoic Nazi scientist who's trying to get hold of this MacGuffin artifact. And yeah, he just plays it very stoic, and he's very kind of like a cold, chilling kind of Nazi character, and he's very kind of mysterious, but he's very kind of like has a powerful presence about him. Mads Mikkelsen's great in pretty much everything he does. He always elevates the material like really, really well. So I'm glad he was in this film. The latest projections from Deadline show that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny box office is severely underperforming. Before its premiere, the movie domestic opening weekend was projected to land somewhere between 60 million and 80 million. However, the updated numbers show it's scraping 60 million, with one source even estimating 55 million, the opening weekend number that tanked the 200 million The Flash earlier in June. So yeah, The Flash has been, man, that film has just been picked clean. The vultures have circled it, and just the carcass is just left there, and the vultures are just picking it clean, man. I mean, that movie is just, whoa, it's going to lose so much money. It's going to go down in history. It's probably the biggest superhero bomb, apart from Black Adam, maybe. So it's going to be in the top one, two, or three kind of bombed superhero movies. Yeah, so it's really not good. And Indiana Jones is going bad as well. But let's have a look at why Indiana Jones and the Dial of the Destiny box office looks so grim. So even if the Dial of Destiny makes 55 million, it will still have the second best opening weekend of the entire Indiana Jones franchise. Obviously, it's not it's not adjusted for inflation. Sorry. However, these numbers are all relative. Not only is the performance much lower than expected, it might mean that the movie won't turn a profit. So Dial of Destiny comes with a huge production budget, somewhere between 250 and 300 million. They probably sunk the majority of that money, like a big chunk of that money, I would say, into the sort of de-aged Harrison Ford section, because that CGI there was a lot of CGI that was pumped into that part of the movie. You could see. I think the defaking technology is getting better and better, because you could have done a whole movie with the deepfake technology they had in this, in the opening scene of this movie. It was really, really good. You could see what they tried to do, though. There was like a lot of dark scenes, and obviously when you have a dark scene, it hides the deepfake a lot easier. So when there were scenes where a light was shined on the DH Harrison Ford, you could see the CGI, the sort of uncanny valley start to appear a little bit, but it didn't distract me or take me out of the film. So publicity and advertising costs were likely additional 100 million or more on top of that. While international numbers will probably boost the opening weekend total considerably, there is some question as to whether the entire worldwide gross can give it any way to reach a huge sum of money by the end of the movie's theatrical run. Yeah, so there's, in Hollywood, sometimes movies open massive and then they kind of just trail off as time goes by. Sometimes there's movies that, they don't hit their projected opening, but they have legs, so they'll continue to rack up money weekend after weekend. So it could be a potential that Indiana Jones, if people like it, people keep coming back, they bring family and friends, it could have legs, and it could surprise everybody, and it could end up with a high number. But at the moment, it's looking very dismal with the kind of the figures that are coming out at the moment. So there are quite a few reasons why Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny may not be performing as expected, including post-Crystal Skull franchise fatigue and trepidation over the series losing Spielberg as a directorial voice. I don't think the losing Spielberg as a director really factors in, because a majority of the movie-going audience, they don't care who directs films. They're just there to go and watch a movie. They don't think about the director or the crew or who's the production people. Like they don't care about any of that. So I don't think that's the case for the majority of the mainstream going movie audience anyway. But the most direct cause is likely the movie's Cannes debut, the lukewarm reception, which caused the movie to debut with a shockingly low score on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, you got the Cannes Festival. That's like this really highfalutin kind of movie festival where movies, like, they try to get their premieres shown there, and it's a good way to kind of start the marketing and start the word of mouth for a movie. But then it can also be a double-edged sword, because well, the word of mouth can go great if you've got a good movie shown at the Cannes Festival. If you've also got a really, really bad movie, or a movie that's not as good as you think, that can start your movie off with a bad word of mouth, or lackluster kind of reviews. So it can go either way. So it's a bit of a risk. The misstep could have caused viewers to write off the movie long before word of mouth had any chance to resuscitate its chances. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment, guys. So it's looking a bit grim for Indiana Jones and the final outing. Have any of you guys seen this movie? Let me know what you thought about this movie in the comments below. Obviously, don't put spoilers in the comments, guys, because we're movie fans and we don't want to spoil it for each other. So just let me know what you thought of the movie. Did you expect the movie to open up to more money than what it's getting? And just give me your overall thoughts. And cheers, guys. I will see you soon.